I guess maybe can I start asking you about just the emotions of last Saturday's game? It just seemed like one that you had to stick with, even though it wasn't going your way, kind of as a team or individually in a lot of ways. How did you, as an individual, get through that to the end, and how did the team kind of pull through everything?
Yeah, I think it was a crazy game, but I think it's, it's one of those games that you always love to play in as well too. So, I think in that game, it felt like we were never really up in the game. We were always kind of chasing the game, but, like in hockey, sometimes that's the case. And that's how it was that night. And it was good for us to come together as a team and kind of be able to put a win together. So it was good.
How much confidence does this team have heading into this weekend after, winning the regular season title? What did that do for your team?
Yeah, I think we're really excited. I think, anytime you get around this time of the year, it's always a very exciting time. And, even coming to practice on Monday and even today, you can kind of feel that energy in practice. And, it's a great atmosphere to kind of be around, and something that we're all really looking forward to this upcoming weekend. So it's exciting for sure.
That energy kind of manifests itself. What do you see out of this team when the energy is up?
Yeah, I think when we got lots of energy, I think we're a very fast team, and I think for opponents that's something that's very hard to kind of defend. So I think that it kind of starts on our bench, and when everyone's going, when everyone's very energetic and loud and positive to one another, that kind of just translates onto the ice and allows us to kind of do our thing. So it's good.
Coach had some line changes going third period last Saturday. How did you respond to that? What did that mean to you? And you guys have been together, you and Daryl and Brett, for a long time.
Yeah.
What did that mean?
Yeah, I think obviously sometimes that happens, and it's just about kind of reacting to that situation and just going on doing the exact same things that you're always used to doing. So, I think he did that for a reason, and I think all of us kind of understood that. And with the three of us like really playing together for the past couple of years, I think obviously it's a little bit of a change, but it's something that you got to go with and kind of run with, and just kind of create an energy off of that change, and just see it as a positive thing for sure.
Daryl talked about how she feels like you guys have been preparing for this stretch of the season for like 2 years now because it was canceled. Is that how you feel too? Like, it's just been a long time coming?
It has been a long time coming. This past year has felt, it's felt like an eternity. I think, just kind of thinking back to last March when our season had been canceled, it's just been, since then it's been like a whirlwind. It's, something that you can never be prepared for. But, I think that, having a couple months at the start of the season, not being able to play and having those months just to kind of practice and prepare for the moment that we're in right now, I think, is something that our team kind of sees as something that we've worked really hard for. So I don't think that we're all not really taking it pretty lightly. So we're excited for this upcoming playoff season.
We just talked a lot about, and not just recently, but over the years, about Daryl and you and some of the higher scoring players also being, minding your defensive responsibilities and knowing what to do when you don't have the puck and in your own zone. Where do you feel like you've grown the most with that, and where do you feel like you still have some room to gain?
For sure, yeah. I think that as a player who likes to create offense and likes to score a lot, I think that's something that's always been in the back of my mind. And I think for coach as well too. I know Jackie kind of works a lot with that defensive side of my game. I think has been a thing that I've kind of worked on the past couple of years, and that goes along with a lot of the players that I've played with as well too. They kind of taken me under their wing and kind of just showed me the right way to play and how to play defense first before you get down to the offensive zone and you're able to kind of create chances that way. But I think that's definitely an area of my game that I've kind of grown in, and it's been good.
Is that a little bit of the Emily Clark influence on you? I know she's influenced a lot of your game, and she, I know was proud of being as, you know, dependable in her own zone as she was in the offensive zone. How much did that carry over to you?
For sure, yeah. I'm someone who's been there for me since I was little. So, you know, I think especially my freshman year, that was a huge year for me. With her being the super senior that she was, being able to come back after the Olympics, and you know, being able to see the way that she plays and the way that you know, the ownership and the pride that she takes in her defensive game was something that I kind of you know, I looked up to, and that influenced me a lot. And that's obviously something that that'll stick with me for a long time, and something I'm still trying to work on. So it was good.
Games against Minnesota obviously mean a lot. Do games against Minnesota in the playoffs mean a little bit more? And what kind of an intensity difference is there between a regular season game and a playoff game against Minnesota?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I think that we all kind of know that anytime you get to play the Gophers, it's an exciting time, and especially when it's in the playoffs, I think. So, you know, that's something that we've been looking forward to for this week, and we're just really excited to get there and get playing.
What do you know about this year's Gophers team based on previous matchups this season?
Well, we know their forwards are pretty fast. They're pretty fast and skilled forwards. So I think that that's something that I think as forwards, we're going to want to kind of contain them and be able to like contain them in our defensive zone. I think that's going to be a big part. But, you know, that just goes along with having that good defensive ownership and making sure that you're taking care of that end before we head to the offensive zone. So that's one thing.
Last weekend, it had been a while since UW has given up 7 goals in a weekend. And I mean, obviously Duluth can do that to teams where they will come directly at you and make you spend a lot of time in your own end. What did you guys learn about, what do you take out of that you'd like to see differently this week, knowing that Minnesota brings a lot of those same kind of elements?
Yeah, I think this past weekend was kind of huge for our team. I think it just it was another opportunity for us to learn about a lot of things, and I think that just goes along with again, they got a lot of really good like odd man rushes up through the zone that they were able to capitalize on, and you know, that kind of opened things up for us to be able to see that and kind of correct that before we go into playoffs. So there's definitely some things that we can take away from this past weekend, and we're just excited to kind of get going. So it's good.